So in Chapter 3, Section 1, we're starting to summarize the data. And so we organize it, we do put it in charts and tables, and then we summarize the data. So again, part of that COSA, collect, organize, summarize, analyze. We're in the summarize part, and we're talking about central tendencies. And so with central tendencies, a lot of times we think mean, median, and mode. All three words that mean an average. What represents the middle of my data? And so in each section, there's these nice formulas for mean. This is something that we're probably more comfortable with. When we think average, you add all the numbers up, then divide by the total numbers that you have. We also have median and mode that we're going to discuss, where median is your middle number and mode is the most occurring. And so different ways to find median of a data set. And again, mode is most occurring, so those aren't crazy wild concepts. Y'all have heard of those before. Looking at a couple problems, there is a difference between a sample mean and a population mean. And so that's something that's important. They talk about that in a question like number 3. And so find the population mean or sample mean as indicated. So this one they said, here I have a sample of 5 people. So I'm going to be looking for this. When you have the normal letters that we're used to, X, S, that we're going to see coming up, that means we're dealing with a sample. That's an M. I know it looks like a U. That stands for a population mean. It's a Greek lowercase letter, and so mu. So M is what it stands for, and so that's a lowercase Greek m. And so this is my population mean. So we have samples and we have populations. For means, or averages, the way to calculate them are the same. So if I want to, I could add up these 5 numbers and divide by 5. I have every belief that y'all can do that. I'm going to show you how to do it in StatCrunch. If you go to Stat, and then Summary Stats, because again, we are in the summarizing our data. We organize with tables and charts, and now we're going to summarize. We're going to summarize a column. We tell it which column, and it's already highlighted to give us some things. Mean is one of them, median. If we click on it, it'll also give us mode. Just be careful when you click to hit Control, so you don't get rid of everything else. And I'm going to hit compute. So here's my mean, here's my median, and there's nothing unique. There's nothing that occurs more than once, so I don't have a mode. So here's how we can get all these values that we're looking for, mean, median, and mode. There was I think that original question that was on number 8. Again, the population, because we're going to treat these 9 as a population. And so you would do the problem, right? We have a population, so that is a lowercase Greek m, mu, is what we're finding. But we could just open this data up in StatCrunch. Couple others that I had kind of pinpointed. The mode of this one. So, like this one, we only have 20 people here, but let's say we had 2,000 people, right? And we wanted to figure this out. What's the most occurring? And we don't want to count up each one. A great way to do this would to be make a bar chart. And this is with data, right? Because I have Ohm, Chang, Smith, Chang. So I have a list of all my data. And if I just want to find out, what's the mode, the most occurring, well, I could say Ohm is most occurring, right? Because I see that it has the most counts. And so that makes this problem a little bit easier, using our technology to help us get there. To rotate the candidate choices in the question. That's a fun question. Chang, Johnson, Ohm, or Smith is most qualified to be a senator. Do you think it would be a good idea to rotate the candidate choices in the questions? I think it would. A lot of times we are trained to maybe pick choice C, A, B, C. And maybe that's why ohm got the most responses. So not to confuse, but to avoid response bias. Like, I love that question because, again, we are trained as humans to pick choice C, right? And so we need to be aware of that when we are surveying. Surveying, that first part of COSA, collecting data, really is extremely tough because there's all different types of biases that can occur. Looking at number 15, determine the mean, median, and mode. And again, that would be something that would be easy to do. Again, there's the formulas, and the formulas are great. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think there's anyone in industry now, if you are doing some research and they asked you to find the mean, median, or mode, that would expect you to do that. We need to have that general understanding of we're adding up all the numbers and dividing by all the numbers that we have. So great. That's something that we've done for years. Again, make sure to hit Control if you're adding on to that. But mean, median, and mode, it is provided. And hey, and they're all 50. So that sounds like a good average to me then. So that's section 1. In section 2, we talk about measures of dispersion, which I will make a additional video for it.